Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Can you hear
Wonderful.
me?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay.
It didn't start yet. I don't see my picture here.
No, it looks like something's blocking the camera, maybe. Now it's off.
Maybe let me look at the settings.
Okay. There we go. How are you?
Wonderful,
Er,
wonderful.
Anything I need to know before we begin today? Oh, I lost your audio. Hello, hello.
Did you get it
There
now?
you go. Now I hear you.
Okay.
Are we okay to start?
Yes. Just that I'm having a special for a 30-minute a free interview for any questions or a free interview for any counseling or mentorship.
Perfect. We'll definitely bring that up.
And
Absolutely.
we're trying to get people together to try to find where the children are
Okay.
in the different places.
All right. We'll talk about that for sure. We'll do your
Okay, right.
introduction right from there. Hold on.
Sorry.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
We are back here with Lisa Lucia Arden. Excited to have her back here. She's doing so much to help so many people and, again, help those to arise to God's truth, restore and keep America's freedom. And she's also here as a coach, as a consultant and advocate for so many, especially children. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. She's also a singer, author, and there's a lot to her. So let me please introduce Miss Lisa Lucia Arden. And by the way, that's her website, Lisa LuciaArden.com. Welcome back. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. I
Oh,
appreciate that beautiful, beautiful introduction. See, the thing is that in order for America to be whole and freedom in the world, we have to have our identity. It's not that we're all trying to be separate, but
mm-hmm.
we have all a different cell makeup, and we all have a purpose in life, but we have to be that. We cannot be constrained by any communist world control. And actually, I am a singer, and I've always loved music, but I'm from a family of 16, and so I do have ability to sing, they say, and so
Wow.
I'm developing my singing. I'm ready to go. I'm trying to find someone that's famous that will bring me on, so we could bring a message to save and help the children in America for positivity and empowerment. And I would give I would give all my time for that event, and all the funds I would return back as long as I have some way get there. You know what I mean? In my housing, I would give all the funds of any funds that we got and to bring back in the homeless. The homeless is the most serious thing. Everyone's saying McCarthy. I saw that Trump was saying that, all the people. Beautiful Emmanuel. He's a beautiful minister. His name's Emmanuel. He's a Greek Orthodox. I'm not sure for sure. I listened to him. Of course, the Pope, of course, all the beautiful ministers and the beautiful people that believe in God, and the beautiful people that don't believe, but seeking truth. You know, we're all made in God's image, in God's love. So we need to concentrate on the homeless. The homeless we have to find homes for, and we need to work together, and the billionaires have to step in and build these homes. And I'm ready to go to help on that, to be on that board and to direct that and help.
Beautiful. Well, you
So, okay,
mentioned talking about helping the children, right? And that's what
yes,
you've done.
yes.
Tell a little bit about your background.
Okay, my background, I wrote this book, Arnie to Give to the World. This first edition, see how thin it is?
Hmm.
It's 2016. I got it out very fast. They wouldn't let me put it on Amazon because they knew that we were trying to get Trump in at the time. I had to get this printed down the street in Pasadena at a local printer place. But I wrote this years ago in 2006, before 2016, because as I told you, I do pray, and I call them divine messages, and then I know what I need to do in my heart and prayer. And other people just say, I know I need to do this in my life, but all good things of our life come from God. All good things, not of ourselves. But I wanted to say this, that we need to correct America. And this is what we need to do. The fire is burning of the America. We can stop it. We can stop it. We need to refuse to worship idols and accept communist governments and ideologies at this time. Let our song, let us be a song. As she mentioned about music, and there it is. Because this is not a script, brothers and sisters. This is coming from the heart right directly. Let our song as Americans be the song Azariah in Daniel 3, 24 and 25. And that's Old Testament. This has nothing to do with me. I guess this is the history of life. When there was a song that we need to save our America and save our Israelites. This was in Daniel 3:24. We as Americans are the strength and love and living waters of the living God for us as Christians and believers and each humanity. Okay, we receive our strength from Christ our Lord. And that's what Emmanuel was saying. Emmanuel, he's a beautiful minister on Instagram. He's very well known. And Michael Gibson, Michael Gibson and Trump, all these beautiful men and women, they're talking about this, about how we only can get through America by giving America to God. And for me, it's giving for Jesus Christ, because I believe in the Trinity. But this was written through 2014. Around this, because the Lord saw what was going to happen in the future, okay? And so he knew what they were doing, brothers and sisters. All these things that they were planning, all these tragic, these terrible things in America happening in the world, these were planned things. Most of them were planned ideas to take down humanity. Jesus Christ, who comes from above, is above all others. And that's what I believe, okay? And that's what Emmanuel, a beautiful minister of God, is very well known. He's Greek Orthodox. That we need to get a leader that we believe that can help us to bring truth in our America. Okay, and if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, it says in the word, if you believe in His works, then God will He'll profess you to the Father, and that means we'll all work together. Anyways, He's sovereign. Anyways, but we have free will. That's what we have to understand. We have free will to choose. That's why we have free will to choose. So we have to choose good or bad. We need to choose good, and we will choose good. The Lord, thy God, has control of all Americans, from the mayor honeybee that brings soothing honey to the human that brings that could bring death or life, depending on how we use it. For example, the way in science, what they're doing with science, with Gates and the vaccinations, all that is terrible. America, stand. America, lead. America, respect God. America, be an American. America, let your journey be on the written path of the Constitution of the heart of God. Every jot, every letter, every word, every meaning to do, not to. We should not change the scriptures. We should not change what God intended. God has a way intended. Even if you don't believe in God, there's a way, in a better way, in the best way to run a country, and that is to be working in truth for the people. The founding fathers of America's Constitution of America, the heart of what America are love, respect, and love for God, and love your neighbor as yourself. That's the answer. And most people don't study law, but our law, I've had a year and a half part of law. It's based on the Bible. A lot of it's based on the Bible. Okay, this is my little sweet poem, okay? Oh, my mom, oh, my father, oh, my mother, oh, my friend, oh, my sister, oh, my brother. Hold on to the child. Love that child. Protect that child in your arms and rock that child in your arms. Let that child be. Let that child be that human that was created to be. Oh, my father. Oh, my mother. Oh, my friend. Oh, my sister. Oh, my brother. Let that child live so the children can be what those children were created for. Oh, my father. Oh, my mother. Oh, my friend. Oh, my sister. Oh, my brother. To be free. To be the human that that child was created to be. Oh, my father, oh, my mother, oh, my friend, oh, my sister, oh, my brother. To be free, let us be free and pray and sing and read and create. Oh, let the child be. Jesus is the only way for us as Judeo-Christian nation, God in Jesus, okay? To bring, that's what many of the people are saying. And Jesus, if you don't believe in Jesus, Jesus' precepts of truth, okay? Truth will bring in justice our America to her feet and live again. And we need to keep the justice as Jesus does. My politicians, my mayor, my Congress, my president, keep the truth just as Jesus does. My lawyer, my police, my leaders, keep the freedom just as Jesus does. My military, my powerful, my wise, my elite, keep the love as Jesus does. All of my America, keep America free just as Jesus does. My brother, my sister, my father, my mother, keep America free just as Jesus does. My friend, my teacher, my doctor, keep America free just as Jesus does. Keep America free just as Jesus does. Keep the legacy of your father. Keep the legacy of your mother. Keep the legacy.
Yeah.
Keep your land just as Jesus does. Keep your job just as Jesus does. Keep your freedom just as Jesus does. Keep your free just as Jesus does. And see, we all come from all different nationalities, American, all different belief systems, but we have been able to all these years come together in truth and unity because we have the same definition of truth. You know, and that's how we were able to come together and build such a great nation. There might have been some little problems, but we worked that out through the Constitution. And Jesus he happens to be a man of goodness, just like Muhammad. But for me, Jesus is the Son of God. But that's just for me. You know, others may believe that. So, but we could come together. We could come together. We, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, whether you're Hindu, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Buddhist, whether you don't believe, you are humanity of God's breath. Okay, and we need to come together and we need to find what is the truth. Okay, what is the truth? The truth is being a reflection of the precepts of justice, and we know what's right and wrong. We know. See, knowing oneself and God is not calculated in human interpretation. It's not calculated in the control of world health control. It's not calculated in allowing the homeless to be homeless because of the lockdowns and all the distribution of funds, the imbalance of the distribution of funds. Mostly 1% make most of the money, and then 10%. It's not calculated. They calculate we need to disperse the funds across the nation so we can help the homeless. There's so many billionaires now. They need to use the money and be able to get actually a write-off, but they need to choose how to help the homeless. It should be a command and a law that the billionaires have to make sure they help the homeless.
Yeah.
And not put the money in the government. Oh, there's so many homeless in each state, each country. That's why we break it ass. There's so many empty buildings. When I went from state to state, for example, Arizona, there's so many empty buildings.
Yeah.
And some of them are only 2 levels, correct? So we can put extra bathrooms in there.
Yeah.
And please, I beg you, this is a divine command, whether they say it like a law or they want rule of law. I'm using also divine command to bring everybody in because I heard this. We need to bring the homeless right away. And we need to take care of the children. We need to find where the children are. And I investigate as much as I could. See, in the war, okay, the children, there's all different types of stories. Some of the children were taken because they want to change them as like Hitlerian, to be like a Russian, and they're in these boarding schools to be like a Hitlerian Russian person. They want to train them. Others are taken in orphanages. Others, they had 2 or 3 ideas, that's all. And then some were taken back. But what happened to all the other ones? There's mixed questioning. And that's why in my contemplation, I felt that wasn't all bad, but they had a motive. But because they had to protect a lot of the children when there was war, but they should have just went with their parents hand in hand. You know, when them when they had to leave their place, but they did. But mostly all those parents didn't die, 85,000. So we need to, this is a divine command that the billionaire women and men, especially women, need to hire private investigators to find those children and bring them back to their people. We can have a beautiful big technology and they go, the parents go, and they look on the screen, that's my child. You want your child to lose the child in a different way. I could say this, I'm not a culprit. I've lost the children in a different way. Now I want to tell you that we can do this. I just had a vision. We can have a big unity. I asked Mrs. Gates right now, because I've been praying for you, Mrs. Gates. You need to do this right now. This is God's giving you a divine command. You need to find those children right now. And I'll be right on your side as your helper. Lisa Lucci Arden. This has to be done. All the women and that beautiful Hilton, that lady Paris Hilton, she could help. I prayed for you, Paris, because I saw you couldn't have any children. And I see how your beautiful Hilton hotels, your father did such a beautiful job in all the jobs he gives. And I saw and I prayed when you couldn't have a child. Did you know that? And then you have a child. You're so beautiful. I need your help. I'm not some lady that's just saying like off the tap here. I had 20 years of philanthropy service helping miracles, even if it was just one person. Okay, it may not have been billions of dollars, but it's been thousands and thousands to help. But it's not all about the money. People do need money for empowerment, but it's about saving the person, bringing them in a position where they can be a human, or what it is to be human. What it is to be human is to be able to exist as a healthy human being with housing, food, and water, and development of the authentic being. Now we need to do this. And now we can't forget, because Christmas is almost here, and I love Christmas. Can you please give me a Christmas present? I want to cheer like Dr. Peterson, what we did, to our own country, that we need to take care of these children. And Christmas is almost here. Do you know? And Christmas time, 1776, that's when we were saved by the British. So we weren't controlled by taxes, sweetheart. You forget that. That America's spirits were buoyed. Oh, this is what Paul Revere on the horse. Because I always say like I'm on a horse. I got this picture where I had a white horse that I went on a horse show. And it was a costume class, but I always believe in horses. Because I've had visions of the chariot of the cherubim, where the areas I've had visions of human visions in my mind, but heavenly visions from heaven above. Because God, we're human, but we also have the reflection of God in our heart and soul. Okay. So, but to be human, we have to take up the beauty in prayer, just like Michael Gibson said, ask God what to do. Ask God what to do. He is like a shepherd feeding his flock, gathering lambs in his arms, holding them against his breast, and leaned to their rest and mothering. Each one of us has a tree of life that God has intended for us after creation. We need to continue to grow and be sanctification of his truth and holiness. Let us all get on our knees and ask, what shall we do to be healed and heal America? That famous picture of George Washington on his knees in 1776, America, America, America. And this is what Paul Revere's ride said, okay? He says, American spirits were buoyed by the news at Christmas time, 1776, Washington and his small army of the colonels overcame the world's largest navy, Britain. So that the colonels, those are the people in the North and South, the area that were trying to protect yourself from the British. And there was the largest navy in the world. So what is our largest navy in the world today? It's world control, and it's also control with our own country. And we have time to go over a few more. What is that problem? And the problem is we so they, at that time, 76, Paul Revere, I'm like a Paul Revere. We all should be like Paul Revere on a horse, delivering the news that we have become free through the truth of voting in President Trump, being righteous in all we do. Seek America first. Seek God's face first. Love God with all your heart and soul. Even if you don't believe in God, ask what you could do, because I believe most of the people, most of the lay people, most of the Americans want to have America saved. That's why they came here. It's only a small percentage that hold back America. And so we need to realize, it says, we need to realize a cry of defiance and not a fear. We have to have a cry of defiance, not a fear, Paul Revere said. A voice in the darkness, a knock at the door, and a word that shall echo forevermore. For born on the night wind of the past, through all our history, for the last, in the hour of darkness and peril and need, the people will waken and listen and hear God's voice. I put that in, and hurrying hoofbeats of that steed in the midnight message of Paul Revere. There's songs. Paul Revere is the one taking the message and telling, we won the British. Paul Revere should be you. We won the clutches of world control. We won the war against the war in between our country and other countries. And we have to realize we need to stop the war. And I disagree with people saying that billionaires shouldn't get involved. They should get involved. They're brilliant. They can, God directs them. They have the funds, the ideas, and the brilliance. Just like Elon Musk wants to stop the war. Elon Musk wants to stop the war now. And he was trying to help to stop the war, and he wants to bring peace. Instead of trying to bomb everything out, we need to bring peace. And I believe, Putin, you could do this. You could stop the war now and let go of those properties. Let go of the children. Let go of your power, because God has won already. You lost so much in your country. Look at your beautiful oligarchies. We are here we as Americans need to heal our mother nation of the greatest arms of the love of all peoples. We are people of America, as those colonials. We never even hear that word. Colonials, because your sister, I pray more than I speak, even though I'm out here speaking yelling. I'm not yelling, they call it yelling, it's speaking in zeal. It's colonials. We don't speak that. Colonials are the people that were trying to protect our America in 1776. We are like the colonials, that they need to bring peace and action against the deformities of America and the world itself. And I wrote this before 2016 because God knew what they were doing. He told me. This is, and it says God has given the ability. This is the exciting thing. God has given the ability to understand wrong and right. We have to realize, if we fail to take up precepts of God, we can lose our legacy. That's what we need now. And I could see they called the zillennials, the millennials, and the zillennials. Those are the young people that need to realize that there's no more beautiful democratic leaders that are the powerhouse that control things. Ones that are Democrats that have good intention, they don't have power or control. There is no more. We need to vote Republican. We need to vote Trump. But it's not necessarily Republican, because I know there's problems there. He just happens to be on the Republican card. You're voting freedom when you vote Trump. It shows by his actions. It's not rhetorical or lies. What happened with Biden's situation, selling our America, and all things that happen, and allowing to have world control. And by the way, no vaccinations. You have to see all my podcasts. I told you there's no vaccinations in January, February 2020, no vaccinations, I said, and I proved the point. And now they're saying it hurts the people, because I told you the vaccinations, that the vaccine is not natural, it's synthetic, so they don't even know what's going to happen after it goes in the human body, because they haven't had any statistics. You understand, brothers and sisters? It's not a natural form, so they know about all the periodical tables, as I told you, I want children to side of the periodical table. It's a different deformed synthetic being, so they don't even know how the reactants are going to be. Do you understand, sisters and brothers? Then the vaccination is the vaccine they use is also the same problem. They don't know what's going to happen. They haven't had enough statistics, and it deforms the body. It's shown by the inflammation of the cell, and that's how inflammation of the cell is the first thing that starts all disease and infertility. Because I told you before, they want to cut down the people and bring them to death because they want to bring and kill off many of the people. No vaccinations now. It's like a parasite. You have the CCP virus that was used to kill the people. Then they have vaccinations, okay? And the vaccinations, here's the human body. Here's the sickness. It grabs, it sucks blood, it sucks the life out of it. It doesn't give any food of health. Do something, an alternative medicine. Do not take the vaccinations. So America, we will make it. We will make it. We'll make it today. We'll make it in God's love. We are the people that America is a country in the hands of God that has allowed and ordained all people from all nations to come together to be the human that God intended in his will and people's integrity, persevering work, truth, and justice. America is a mother of all nations. America is the mother, pure seed of all great happiness and love and taking care of the planet. Our children is our legacy. America is the beautiful, America the wonderful, America the God-given country, America the hands of God. America, save our legacy. The thing is that, I'm talking all about God and Jesus today. I have to tell you, I do believe in God, Jesus, but I also am a political analyst. I will write this and show you. But God gives me that logic. He gives me that gift, just like he gives you as a policeman, a military, a teacher. We need to put God first in what we do, and even in our imperfectness, we could make restoration. So we need to bring through peace and love. My professional development goals are listed above in my work, brothers and sisters, just like yours are listed. Immediately identifying urgencies and political and humanitarian aspects, developing strategies to direct and restore aspects of urgencies of human tragedies, such as children education. Stop transgenderism, make it illegal. Conservative leaders we need protecting children. Stop transgenderism. And conservative values.
Thank you so much. We're out of time.
So we need to realize that that we need to come first in God, and we need to realize we need to vote Trump. We need to vote freedom and community. In each community, we need to vote people that have conservative values, and we need to find the children, all the children missing from our borders and the war. And we need to stop Gates with the scientific structure of mosquitoes. It's terrible with the malaria sending out, and the agriculture, the beef. We need to allow the people again to take back the ranchers their beef.
Got it. Thank you.
And we need to have no vaccinations, and we need to pray, and we need to vote freedom, and we could do this. My name is Lisa Lucia Arden. Look me up, lisaluciaarden.com.
Perfect.
And Arise to God's Truth. God bless you.
Thank you so much. You're awesome. I wish we always had more time. We always run out, but pleasure, really. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank
Bless.
you. Bye. Thank you.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business